advance on. So there you have it. Amaury Laverne in first, Magno Passos in second place. Magno comes in at equal 13th in the event, and Amaury Laverne keeps on charging towards the final.
So that will see Amaury Laverne move into heat with Guilherme Tamaga. Wow. If you didn't have plans for today is a Saturday. If you didn't have plans, let me help you, just make them for you. You'll be watching this. I think today is going to be a great day to sit down and watch a bit of great bodyboarding. We just see in this next heat, we have Andrew Lester and Ryan Hardy, one not to miss. And then right after that, we're going to be seeing Ben Player and Roberto Bruno from Brazil.
Oh, my. Yes, I totally agree. If you have plans, go ahead and cancel them. Today, rounds 5 and 6 are going to be nail-biters. Some of the top names in the IBA World Tour are being knocked out of the event, and while others are advancing on. Take a look. Ryan Hardy, Andrew Lester, both of these guys are capable of the final, but one of them will have to say good day and
goodbye.
Good night.
Yeah, no, it's going to be. I think whatever happens here, I think they'll both be. They won't feel too bad, but I'm sure that they both want to make it. Yeah. So yeah, this round is looking as good as it can be, and this next round, round 6, is also shaping up to be a good one. We're going to be seeing Pierre-Louis Costes taking on Dallas Singer in the first round of round 6, and then looks like the next one, Heat 30, on the schedule is Guilherme Tamaga and Amaury Laverne. We saw that, remember that semi-final last year between Amaury and Guilherme? Oh no, actually it was the quarterfinals, where that's where Guilherme ended up rolling on the rocks and just taking the whole event to the next level and just end up winning it.
Guilherme was absolutely possessed last year, and nobody was going to stop him from winning last year.
So we'll see if Amaury can try to get one back on him.
Once again, thank you all for tuning in to the Stealth Arica Chilean Challenge presented by BSC. Manny V here with Mark McCarthy, winding through rounds 5 and round 6 today. So we're only asking for, a couple hours, a few hours of your life to tune in and watch some serious action go down in some smaller but still contestable waves right here in Chile, northern Chile, on Isla Alacran, also known in English as Scorpion Island. So a lot of people after the event are going to go on the hunt for waves. Some are going to get to Brazil early and start their practice early. Some are going to go hiking, and some are going to go home to the. And some are going to go to the U.S. Open of Bodyboarding in Huntington Beach, presented by USBA, the national tour. Check out usbatour.com for that information. Also, there's an event in Costa Rica on the 2nd of June at the infamous break in Caldera. I'm not going to say the break. It's one of those spots, but they're having a contest there. And if you want more information on that, hit me up on emails or on Facebook. There's a pretty epic event going down in Costa Rica, presented by the Association of Bodyboarding in Costa Rica. So check that out for sure. But ladies and gentlemen, this is where we're at here in Chile for the Stealth Arica Chilean Challenge, presented by BSC. And who do we have in the water ready to rock and roll?
Well, it looks like the SWAT has gone flat for the start of this one, but this is in red is Ryan Hardy, and yellow is Andrew Lester. So what are you going to be getting up to after this event?
I'm actually going to probably take off tomorrow night and meet up with my wife up in Peru for a 5-day Machu Picchu hike. And I'm just worried about my back. I twisted it the other day in the semifinal in the drop knee, in the drop knee comp.
Did you make the final?
Semi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I lost my board halfway through and then got my board and ended up messing up my back. So I don't think I should have been in that semifinal. But then I'll be ready for Brazil.
Perfect.
Once again, welcome everybody, and we do have our Google Plus profile page up and rocking. Marco is giving a shout out for Ryan, Cortland, and Frederick in Bordeaux, France. And look at this action out the back in red. It is Ryan Hardy taking a look, trying to get over to the shoulder. And here we go, Ryan Hardy first.
This is Ryan Hardy pulling into the low-looking bow. Oh my gosh! Exiting out the pits and just jamming a cutback. That's how you do a jam. And
that was deep.
Wow, and we're going to see a little exchange. Andrew Lester having a look at this one. Let's see if this one barrels, and it does. He's situated right deep into the pit. Oh,
Oh,
my.
the stall.
See that stall in the
Oh,
barrel.
my.
Not many guys can do that. That's going to be the difference out there. And we saw Ryan come out and bash a little reverse, and Andrew said, "I'm not coming out yet. I want to get more barrel time." Lifts it. You can see now. We'll see in the replay. But let's just talk about Ryan's one here. He's trying to position himself nicely before the takeoff, so he can get nice and deep on it. He sees the barrel. He wants to get barrel. He wants to get deep. Oh, he just gets right behind that one. It's gets high lines it so he can come out of the barrel without getting pinched on, and just jams a little cutback.
And then we saw Andrew Lester's wave. He pretty much had like an instant replay of that. But what he did, he actually stalled a little bit more in the barrel. Let's take another look. Right as Andrew Lester drops in, pretty much almost the same setup, but instead of driving through the barrel, you're going to see Andrew Lester right here hit the brakes.
Jams
boom.
it there.
He holds it. He pulls back on his board just to slow down just enough to be able to end that barrel ride with a maneuver coming out of that one. Andrew Lester, epic.
Andrew Lester, that was a good looking wave. We see a profile of him, and well, he just knows how to ride a barrel, and we saw him jam his nose up to get to slow himself down there, and also so he can get up, because it's pretty hard with that speed to also come up with the same line and do a roll. So he just jammed it and then changed his line and he came up and did a nice looking roll, and I think that's going to be the difference. So you see another replay of Andrew's wave.
Different angle right here.
I think the judges also have a look at this. You can see how far is behind the barrel, and it's I think that's the angle the judges have a look at it. So.
And we've been talking about the angles of the camera angles that you see on your monitor. Most of the angles we're bringing to you on the lefts are actually shooting right into the barrel, so it looks like they're not in that deep. But when you see them deep and the section is making them disappear, they're actually way deeper than what you see.
Yeah.
I mean, what you saw there was a great camera angle from Andrew Lester showing how deep he really was. I'm looking at a couple posts on our Google Plus profile page, and a lot of the guys are getting in trouble for being on the computer by their girlfriends and their misses. So, look, guys, I'm not here to give you, relationship information or, skills, but it's easy. Trade 3 hours of bodyboard competition of live webcasts for a back rub, a foot rub. It's not that hard, guys. Come on.
Whatever it takes.
Exactly.
This is your weekend. This is the weekend for bodyboarding. It's not every day we get to watch bodyboarding.
Exactly. All right, check it out. We do have the winner of the last heat with Alex Leon. Alex.
Yeah, thanks, Mr. Vargas. Down with that last heat winner, Moz. Well done, buddy. We've got to ask, what's that on your lip? What happened?
Yeah, actually, I had a little kiss yesterday to the reef here, just on my first wave, and I put that local product to just dry my mouth because it's pretty hard for me to eat, actually, and to drink and to kiss my girlfriend. So I just had to dry my lips pretty fast, and that the girl in the pharmacy gave me, and actually working really well. And I had this heat with Magno. I'm really happy. It was pretty tough, really slow today, and I think it's the smallest I ever seen here in 7 years. But it's still some good ramps on the right, on the left, and I think we're going to have a good show today. And I have Tamega on my next hit, so I have to be ready.
Yeah, well, in my eyes, I was saying that before in the commentary, that you're probably the most, I've been watching the whole event, and I reckon you're probably the most skilled so far in this event, just combining all your moves so close together. I'm just looking forward to this next one against Tamega, because he's the most fearful competitor, isn't he, here at Arica?
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be tough. And my last hit last year with Tamega was like 10 to 12 foot here, and it was one of the best hits of my life. And so now it's like a 3-4 foot gringo, and it's going to be another tactic, another type of surfing, and hopefully I'm going to do well.
Yeah, well, good luck for that, mate. Well done in knocking Magno Passos out. You moved on now to the man-on-mans with Galami Tamega, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be a good one. Back to you boys in the booth.
All right, looks like he's one of those guys that is nursing injuries, and unfortunately it's on his lip when he kissed the reef yesterday. But Amaury Laverne, he is stoked, and he is advancing on. We'll be facing off with Guilherme Tamega in heat number 2, round number 6. But right now, heat number 3 of round number 5 is out in the water. 30 minutes heats, and look at this is what was going on during the interview.
This is Andrew Lester, small looking wave, but just drains on the reef, and he gets blown out. And small looking wave. I don't think it's going to be as good as his first wave. It looks like he did get a.
Oh.
Is that live again, Andrew Lester?
Nice.
Oh my gosh. So I just tweaked his back there, make sure he landed that flip.
So you do see a little bit of texture on the water. Mark McCarthy on the outside, and the winds. This is the smallest day we've seen during the entire event, and the winds. This is the first time the winds have come up this early.
Wow, I know. We sit in the commentary booth here, and we can actually feel the onshore winds starting to blow, and let's hope it doesn't affect the waves too early this morning. But yeah, just to give you a little score update on this heat. Andrew Lester, he isn't first with his first 2 waves. It's a little replay of his last one. I think this is going to count. But he got a 5.43 for the last barrel, and his first wave a 6.67.
Look at this.
Just edging above Ryan's first wave is a 6.17. Ryan, having a look at that, not showing too much interest. So kind of situation, Ryan Hardy, he is in second. He needs a 5.93. And Andrew Lester holding it down. Andrew's last wave coming in at a 5.07. So not one of his counting, but still good wave. Ryan on this one, he's really deep on this one. He's going to have to give it all to get through that first ball. Here he is. Oh, my.
If he makes it out of that, he made it out of that. I don't know how he's able to pull that
Look
off.
how shallow it is.
He was way deep. I mean, I really didn't think he was going to come out of that. Ryan Hardy, how on the beep did he do that?
Yeah, so Ryan Hardy, he needed a 5.994. We have a replay at that one to just look, just see if he's actually. I don't know if he's going to get it. It's going to be pretty close.
Unreal. Matthew Payne just tuning in from the Gold Coast. Good morning, Matt. Here's another look at Ryan Hardy's wave. He was deep on this one. He just went full charge right here, nonstop. Look at that section.
You can see how far behind he is behind that ball, but he did have a lot of speed and good line to come out that barrel.
Oh, my friend from Panama is tuned in to watch Ryan Hardy do some amazing things out here in these conditions. Ivan Marquez, also known as Coti.
Wow, but hold the phone, Manny. The score has come in, and it looks like a good score. It's a 7.17 for last of Ryan Hardy's. They rewarded him. They want to see him. This is exactly why. You can see how far behind. He shows commitment.
He was deep, people.
He was deep. Look how far behind he's behind that ball. He's dealing with a lot more than just a shockwave out in the barrel. There's a couple little ripples in the wave. He's going through the reef, and it's not a flat reef, so it doesn't make it easy to drive through those barrels because it's so small today. It's breaking right on the shelf.
So it almost gets a little bit more dangerous when it gets smaller because it's breaking more onto the reef.
The barrels are a bit harder to ride, but as long as you can generate that speed and just hold on and make sure that you don't nosedive, it's very capable to ride these small, fun-looking barrels. And we just hope that this wind doesn't affect it too much. As Ben Player focusing up on his next heat.
Shh, be quiet.
Don't
what do you
say
think
a
he's
word.
listening to? How to speak Spanish?
No idea.
He's tuned in. He's one of those competitors. He's all about, when it comes to competition, he's here to compete. When you see him out there free surfing, he's out there to free surf. There's no gray area. He's either doing one or the other. And Ben Player, that's why he's a force to be reckoned with out here on the IBA World Tour. He's going to be coming up next, facing off with Roberto Brunner.
Roberto Brunner, he's been on a form guy. I think he came out from the trialists. It's Ryan Hardy. On a wider looking wave, getting into the barrel. I can just see how the wind is starting to affect the wave a little bit. And just a quick in and out for Ryan Hardy. I don't think it's going to be one of his top scoring waves. He's currently got a 6.17 and a 7.17. And holding on first. He has a replay of Ryan Hardy's last wave.
Look how hard he kicks in to try to get in this wave as early as possible. He's going to be able to get into it and be able to maneuver inside the barrel as well as he can to make sure he can come out and end this wave with a maneuver. But as you can see, that wave just coming up onto the reef too quick for him.
Andrew Lester did have priority, so he's probably just waiting for a nice, good-looking wave. Andrew does need a 6.68 to move into that first advanced position, and we do see some big lines come through. Andrew Lester looking opting on the first one, but the second one looks pretty good also. But Andrew Lester getting this little barrel.
Clean.
Nice. He's going to want to do a big looking looping roll. Wow. I don't know if that was a good little exchange there. It's going to be pretty critical because I think Andrew Lester might have got the score on that last one. He only needed a 6.68.
All right, scores are dropping in. As they do, let's take another look at Andrew Lester's wave.
Yes, Andrew Lester just, dragging himself, trying to get as deep as possible. Always eyeing out that in ball. And with the nice Andrew Lester looping roll. Signature roll there from Andrew Lester. He likes to extend them, and then also, which is a good thing is about Andrew Lester's roll, he extends them and then he follows through with his whole body. So it's all one big movement.
There's another angle of that same wave. Look how deep he is on that barrel, and he times it perfectly to be able to do that big extended roll right there.
See that? That's going to be a good score. I definitely think he's going to get it.
It seems like every wave that comes through and every wave that is ridden, the situation changes. So it's going to be one of those heats that's going to come down to the wire in the last minute or two. Wow, look at that, 7.1 for Andrew Lester. That's going to knock him back into first place. Look how tight this heat is.
Wow, this is going to make it super tight. Now Ryan Hardy moved into second. He only needs a 6.6. So another little exchange, and we'll see another change in the situation, I'm sure. With 14 minutes left. It's going to be another nail biter. Stay tuned. This is don't leave your seats.
Exactly. Alex isn't going anywhere. He's coming in from Wollongong. Jaden, what's up from Menora Head? Andrew Cole and the Emerald Bodyboarding Club representing. George from West Oz. Craig tuning in from Byron Bay. And New South Wales Sawtell. Veg Stephenson. Thank you all for tuning in from, it sounds like Australia's wide awake. It's right and early in Australia. And in England as well, we got a few viewers tuning in. South Africa. I haven't heard anybody from South Africa yet.
No, I think they all hit depression yesterday when me and Sasha fell out.
That's right. Sorry. Sheesh.
So I'm sure there'll be a lot of guys from South Africa still watching and supporting. They got their favorite bodyboarders probably still in this event. Unfortunately, Jared, myself, and Specker are out, and along with Adam Morley.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a situation currently out in the water, and the wind has picked up. It's causing the barrels to chandelier and rain a little bit inside of the barrels, but that's all right. I mean, these riders are known to be able to compete in any conditions, and Ryan Hardy now looking for a 6.6 on his next wave.
We see that shot there with the wind is really starting to affect these waves. I don't know how much longer we can run today with this funny-looking wind at the moment. Maybe it's going to die down and go glassy again, because it normally does that at about 9 o'clock, but it's still early. It's like, what's the time now?
It's 8:45 a.m.
8:45 a.m. and onshore winds. That's a first.
That is definitely a first. I wonder if it'll calm down, but I haven't really seen it come up and then calm down.
But I think they'll definitely have to try to finish this round if they want to maybe try to push everything in tomorrow. But we just have to stay tuned. We'll try to give you updates as soon as we know them. So the current situation at the moment, Andrew Lester has moved into first place with his last wave of 7.1 and his first county wave is a 6.63. Second place, Ryan Hardy. He's got a 6.17 and a 7.17. He only needs a 6.6 now to move into that advancing position. This is always going to be a nail biter between these two guys, Ryan Hardy and Andrew Lester, best mates on tour, but fierce competitors in the water.
Fishermen making their way out into the ocean to go on their morning fish. Michael Velton and Quentin Rutherford tuning in from South Africa. So the South Africans are tuned in. And Cortland Morrison is tuning in. We don't know where he's tuning in from, but he is here. Alex is correcting me. It's actually late at night in Australia. So, and we do have another from Plettenberg Bay.
Plettenberg Bay. Sampi Samuel Comfort. Hoe gaan het, my bra?
Whoa, what was that?
He works for 6040 Bodyboarding Magazine down back at home, so he's a good support for him. And I'm stoked that he's still away. He's probably got a little sausage on the braai.
Nice. Euhane is tuning in as well, and Aisha Makam. What's up, girl? Thank you for watching live and supporting your brother and everybody who's giving you the live feed. So hopefully we get to see you sooner than later. Josh tuning in, and as well as Dace and Cortland is actually from Port Macquarie. Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like a little lull in the action. We'll be back right after this.
The situation
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Stealth Arica Chilean Challenge presented by BSC. Ladies and gentlemen, it is almost 9 o'clock in the morning here, and this is the first time we've seen the onshores come in to the break here. El Gringo, also known to the locals as Flopos, and Mother Nature is taking a break from delivering everything that we've been wanting and giving us smaller waves and winds early in the morning. But you know what? The show must go on. Out in the water right now, it is heat number 3. Coming up next, heat number 4, Ben Player versus Roberto Bruno. Those guys are coming up next in round number 5, an elimination round. First goes on to round 6. Second will be an equal 13th in this competition. So stay tuned. We still have a full round of competition. Man on man, 30-minute heat. Top 2 waves scored. 1 rider advancing on. Manny V here holding it down with the South African.
Don't you dare call me Australian.
It almost slipped out, but the South African, Mark McCarthy.
No, it's all good, Manny. And yeah, we've seen a few good heats this morning. We saw the first heat, Della Singer take out against Dantos Carrera from Chile, and then the last heat we saw Amari Laverne take out Magno Passons from Brazil. So the Reunion Island guys will be having a. They'll be stoked to see Magno stoked to see that Amari making it through that heat.
Wow, he's facing off with Guilherme Tamega in heat number 2, round number 6. Don't go anywhere because that's going to be a showstopper for sure. 2 contest machines going head-to-head.
And let's not forget about Pierre-Louis Costes against Della Singer in the first round, round 6 heat. That's going to be a good one to watch too. So we have seen the onshore wind come up. We don't know if, what the situation is in regards to if we're going to be carrying on running, but we'll try to keep you up to date. There's a little set coming through at the back now. Let's see if Ryan Hardy has priorities, and have a look at this one. We just see how the onshore is affecting it. He's still going to try to get barreled.
Oh, wow, nice.
Good looking barrel coming out. He needs to roll. If he holds on to this, it could be a very close score here.
Oh, Ryan Hardy doing everything in his power.
Oh, Hardy.
To clock in as many points as possible and doing a roll blinded and could not pull it off. Oh.
If it wasn't onshore, I'm sure there would have been close to an excellent score. It did have a good looking way. It had a good looking shoulder on it. We'll try to get a replay of that and talk you through it. But yeah, you can just see now that Les is stuck there all by himself. See the wind channels out there. There's a couple of glassy places out there, but it's still very onshore. We can see on this wave how it's affecting it pretty bad. Yeah, this is Ryan Hardy's last wave. Just drops his shoulder into it, tries to get into the barrel. It's very bumpy, and wow, that would have been a sick wave if it was offshore. Just drags his leg in there so he can get up and tries to go through the roll. He's pretty much blindfolded.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I think he's landed on his shoulder and wasn't able to whip the roll around. So that's a hectic exchange. We've got 7 minutes left.
Oh, no.
So we're still going to see probably another little exchange here. We're just waiting for the last of Ryan Hardy's scores to drop. He did need a 6.6, so it's going to be close. And yeah, we did see he did get a 4.43, so unfortunately it wasn't enough for Ryan Hardy. They want to see you get barrel, come out clean and do a nice exit move. So it's gonna be hard. Hopefully the judges change their judging criteria now. The wind has picked up. Yeah, Ryan Hardy straight back up there on a small looking wave. Up and over, and just needing a 6.6 and just thinking he's not going to get it on that one, so he pulls back out and
he knows that time is winding down and it's going to be crucial in the last few. Look at that right though.
Last again, right, you still see the wind is definitely affecting these waves.
I'm actually getting a little cold in here in this commentators area. Maybe we can ask Tomate from Tomate Surf Shop to hook us up with a couple windbreakers. He's not happy at all. He's just seeing the winds come up, and he says, oh, no. This is a first here in the Arica Chilean Challenge presented by BSC and, yes, Stealth. So if there's any way possible, we can give a little memo to somebody to get us some coffee in here and warm us up. That'll be greatly appreciated. All right, looks like Andrew Lester doesn't really have to go on any wave right now.
Yes, look at that wind. It's just, you can see how it's just really picking up here, and wow.
It's like a storm front coming in.
Yeah, it does look like.
Ivan Rodriguez from Portugal, thank you for tuning in. Jaden and the South Central Coast bodyboarders are all tuning in. Sam Winton, PSBS, Dallas Singers Local Club is tuned in. Shannon Page from Australia as well. And Meaty from NYC tuned in as well. Wow. How crazy did the conditions change in the last hour here?
Wow, someone just put the switch on. It does. They do say when the sun comes out early in the morning, the wind is going to pick up early, but no one said it's going to pick up this early.
Well, I mean, we've been pretty consistent as far as the conditions. We'd roll up, start the event at 7:30, finish off by noon, and we'd have great conditions through the entire morning. But and then the winds would come up between 12:30, 1 o'clock, and we'll just get out here just in time. But there's a huge storm front just bashing the central coast of Chile right now, dumping a ton of water on the central coast. And we just saw the news reports last night that all the reporters are standing by for, coverage of possible flooding in the central coast. And I think this is what's happening. This front is coming in really fast, really hard here at Arica, just just south of Peru. So we're getting a little bit here, but wow, very interesting situation out in the water now.
Yeah, it's going to make it a bit very different. We've got 4 minutes left. Ryan Hardy still needed a 6.6. I reckon the judges are going to have to change a little criteria on how they are judging, because the waves aren't going to be barreling that much right now. It's going to crumble down, and hopefully the guys are just going to try and do more lip moves.
Ooh, good morning. What are those? Little breakfast sandwiches?
Little ham and cheese.
They look
sandwiches.
homemade too. Anyway, we can get a few of those up here. And they're big sandwiches. I'm guessing they're going to be going for about $1 each. 1,000 or 500 pesos.
Yeah, cheap.
Chilean pesos for one of those sandwiches. Andrew Lester and Ryan Hardy. Ryan Hardy just, unfortunate for him. He was out there during the change. And it's just crazy. I mean, the conditions seriously changed within the last hour right here, and we are looking at all options available. The contest window is till tomorrow, and we still have quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals to run. We do have some scenarios situated, and this is one of which. Number one, we could continue here and finish off all round 5 and round number 6, or there has been other options available too. But first, Ryan Hardy taking a look.
This is Ryan Hardy looking at this one. It's a bit wide. Decided not to go. Good choice. Oh man, it's frustrating out there now. I can imagine it's going to be so hard for Ryan to get a 6.6 just because. Yeah, Andrew Lester. Let's see what he can do out of here. Somehow finding the barrel, coming out as a nice big loopy roll. Oh my goodness, that's not going to make things easier for Ryan Hardy with 2 minutes left.
Wave?
Just utilizing the priority, and somehow did find a bowl, and he got barreled and he did a big roll. So yeah, you see a replay. Hardy showed interest. He wanted to go, but had to leave it because this guy in yellow, Andrew Lester, did have priority. Just drags into finds himself a little barrel. Jam his shoulder, comes up and over, and big looping roll. See this one movement. He does extend his arms to make it look nice and bring out a bit of the wow factor.
So it looks like the bigger waves are going to be the call in this last heat. We are going to finish, no matter what, we are going to finish this last heat with Ben Player and Roberto Bruno in this round number 5. And then the options are put on the table by the event director, Terry McKenna, and the riders. The riders and the director always want to make sure that we bring you the best action possible. And for that reason, there are 3 scenarios that have been laid out on the table. One is to continue on with round number 6 and finish that off and come back tomorrow with the final day of competition. Or there has been talk as well as taking the bottom 8 in the last 2 heats, the top 4 in the semis, so there will be a 4-man heat tomorrow. Next, option 3 would be there could be 4 3-man heats, 2 4-man heats, and then 1 4-man final. So options
sounds very confusing at the moment. But
yes, we're going to get you more detailed information. But first, take a look. 40 seconds remaining. Ryan Hardy. Oh, heartbreaker for Ryan Hardy. The conditions just switched on him in the very last.
Looks like he could get a little rot coming in here. He looks at it, 30 seconds left. I think it was that one or nothing for Ryan Hardy. He decided not to go. He might get a little bump on the next one. he might have seen something we didn't see, Manny, and unfortunately I don't think he did, because 20 seconds left and it looks like the ocean's gone flat on us. So Ryan, Andrew Lester's last wave did come through. It was a 6.37, wasn't counting, still dropped that score. So Andrew Lester put in some good rides in this first